Good afternoon everyone and welcome to another sneak peek video. This is basically the video I've been given by Wargaming and I will be going over the details that I've gotten. But there's some really great stuff coming and I'm actually excited, and that hasn't happened all that often lately. But as you can see, like this for instance, we're getting dynamic tracks. Normally they've been static and now they will just move like this instead of sinking into the ground or just looking really weird. So that is one of the things that we're getting. And this is actually what I'm most excited about. Again, I will explain more later, but just look at them graphics, you know? Look at that. Look at the mud. And it's gonna be cool, and I really like that. We have, of course, the new American line coming, and that starts after the M6, so start grinding that if you want to get a bit of an early head start there. These are the tanks that are in that line, the Yo with a legendary camouflage. They do look kind of cool, and I can't wait to have them because I like quirky tanks, and this is definitely a very quirky line. They look so weird, and it's awesome. And then we have a battle pass coming. They have sort of changed how that all works, so again we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But as always, battle passes always look promising, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course Blitz's birthday is coming up, so we get a holiday garage and an all event. There is, from what I've understood, going to be a third event in the game as well, but that is not a part of this leak video, so I don't know what that is either. So without further ado, let's go into the details. Now, one thing is of course the holiday garage that we get. Basically there's an event attached to that where you can get the Y tanks and the P-43 Beast by the looks of it, and some crates and everything. Don't know the criteria for that, but we know it's coming. But that is only a part of it. There's two skill-based parts of it as well that I'm not entirely certain how it works, but one of them I believe involves damage and the other one involves winning. From what I've understood from the information that I've gotten, basically there's a shooting range and you can earn a new German medium tank there that is described as having excellent alpha average dynamics but not outstanding armor and penetration. It will be easier to get, just do what you do best, win. And that is basically like one of the skill based. Like, it's not skill based, but you basically have to win. And then basically you can get this tank. And it looks, to be fair, it looks cute. These are the kind of tanks that I like. I like the camera that it has. It looks a bit weird, but it's nice. So yeah, I will be collecting that because I'm a collector. So that's one of the two tanks that you can get. The other one, however, is to do with damage. So that might be more difficult. That is the German tier 7 Kunze-Panzer, which is a light tank. And for that, the description that I got is: we will show skill for a week, causing damage every day. A lot of damage. Do you remember that the higher the level of the tank, the more damage it will deal? We will support you with awards all the way. You definitely can't leave empty-handed. So, not entirely certain how this will work, but I think they basically have to win and you have to do damage to get both these tanks. Of course, that isn't the only leak that we've gotten. There's also the battle pass that is going to come at some point. And basically there's the June operation that is basically the warm-up for Blitz's birthday. There's a very bright tank there that we also saw like in the preview image. Got another image lined up that will show you that a bit as well. Basically it looks like a racing car. There will be holiday avatars and camouflages, and basically it's going to be a very colorful one, and I'm actually looking forward to that as well because I like my tanks to be like not realistic and just be fun. There's also going to be changes in how the rewards are handed out. You can basically get the tank at level 35 as usual, but the camo will only come at level 70. Now, after that we got the suspension that is coming, and to be fair, that does look really great, so I can't wait for that either. Wargaming has been hard at work over the last couple of months in making basically the game look better. We got like the effects of the track marks, the gun recoil, the hit marks and all of that, and it kind of felt like this was being left behind. So it's actually really cool that Wargaming is working on it. And the new suspension does not affect gameplay like the rollback of gun barrels or traces on the ground, but it adds a visual authenticity to your battles and just battles in general. Now, I'm just going to read this straight off for you. The key features: the suspension uses a realistic physics model. Track roller movement, track tension and sag depends on the undercarriage design. The relative position of the drive and idler wheels, the presence or absence of the carrier rollers, the size and location of the track rollers, the location of the balancers, etc. It is available on all tanks in the game, and for each it is configured individually in accordance with the design features. It is enabled by the corresponding options on the graphics settings screen, if supported by the device. It is also enabled when the high preset is selected in the graphics quality settings. The functionality has certain system requirements, but many players will be able to enable and use it. And to be fair, if you can, it does look better, I think. And of course in 8.0 we're getting a whole new line. Now we got the M7 Yo, which is the Tier 7 starting off after the M6. The concept of this machine from HL Yo envisioned a unique turret engine layout, and we of course carried that feature into the game. The downside will be the rather paper-thin body and a possible engine crits when breaking through the turret. It is, however, a dynamic tank with a comfortable regular gun and a decent armor in the turret. Now, the M3 Yo is a Tier 8 heavy tank with an autoloader for the top gun with 3 shells, excellent depression angles and good dynamics. The appearance and layout of are the most classic of all the tanks in the branch. It will be possible to bounce the shells with the turret, but the hull will need to be hidden because there is little armor there. It is recommended to play on the second line and using turret. If you hadn't noticed, by the way, I'm just reading this straight from the information that I got from Wargaming. The M5 Yo is a Tier 9 heavy. Designers HL Yo has taken the idea of reducing the frontal projection of the turret to the limit, which is why it looks so unusual compared to the other tanks. Features: ricochetable but not invulnerable tower, 2 guns with an autoloader for 2 and 3 shells. And to be fair, this for me, it looks so funny. I can't wait to have it. It's such a quirky tank. But yeah, there is of course a Tier 10 to be had as well, and I'll give you the description as well. The M6 Yo, Tier 10 heavy. It has a strong tower but with vulnerable zones, so it is not recommended to stand still when playing from the turret. Not sure how you play from the turret, but hey. Like the Knights here, there will be 2 alternative guns. 105mm and 120mm, with an autoloader for 3 and 2 shells respectively. Playing with 2 projectiles, players will quickly deal more damage due to the higher alpha and faster reloading inside the autoloader. I think that means clip reload. And playing with 3 projectiles, they will have a faster reloading of the entire drum, and therefore DPM, accuracy and penetration. We, and with that Wargaming means Wargaming, tried to make 2 really alternative weapons so that players would be interested in playing both weapons and they could slightly change their gameplay on the same tank. And to be fair, that is something that I really like as well. This whole line is something I'm looking forward to because it's so out of the box with the way that it looks alone already, so can't wait for that either. But the thing I'm looking forward to the most is this. Starting with version 8.0, Wargaming are starting to update tanks with a new visual quality. And what does this include? New, physically accurate rendering of materials and lighting technology that uses the principles of light distribution in the real world. Metal, fabric covers, rubber rims and other materials look more realistic, and the tanks themselves have a global lighting scheme that is unique to each map. What does this mean in practice? Just look at the future US heavies and everything immediately will become clearer. You don't really have those yet, but still, the idea is nice. But if you look at these 2 images, you already see a massive world of difference, and that is something that we're going to be able to expect with more and more tanks, starting of course with the new line and the Kunstpanzer, from what I've understood. But as you saw in the video, there's actually more effects to be had, and we're going to get the effects of mud and snow sticking. The tank moving across the battlefield is gradually getting dirty or covered with snow on the corresponding maps. There is a slight dirt already at the start of the battle, dirt or snow here during transportation. And basically, as you drive, your tank gets dirtier, and I think that's just bloody fantastic. And not just that, your tank can also be wet. Just look at this. These are the kind of graphics that get me really excited because it just makes things so pretty. Now, of course, these changes won't happen overnight. Wargaming will need time to implement this for every single tank. So with every update, we will get a bunch of tanks that have the new graphics, basically. In the graphics settings, it will work a little bit differently. High now will activate the ultra settings for the vehicles that have already been redesigned for the new visual quality. Medium is now the former high, and the former medium is called low with the new settings. Owners of old and weaker devices have nothing to worry about, Wargaming says, because the previous low settings for tanks did not differ much from the old medium ones, and there will be no noticeable change in the picture and performance. So device-wise, you should not really worry about it. I do really hope my device can handle the ultra settings though, because I want a tank like that, really. So basically that's all the info I got on the sneak peek of Wargaming, which is of course a lot more extensive than just the little video that we've got showing again right now. And honestly, like I said, I'm actually genuinely excited, and it's been a while since that happened. So yeah, we got a new tank line coming, we got amazing graphics coming, we got like effects coming. I can't wait to see my tank slowly gets covered in snow. This is just gonna be awesome. We got some new tanks coming, we got new Battle Pass coming. Battle Pass tanks are always fun. This one is apparently called Turbo, and yeah, that kind of fits with the whole racing track theme and everything. But yeah, overall it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be plenty of events. Hopefully they will be doable and not payable. And yeah, that's basically it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this sneak peek. I hope you're actually getting excited for this as well. And I'll be seeing you guys the next time again. Bye bye!